If you're looking to get shredded by summer, you're looking to lose as much body fat as possible without sacrificing muscle mass in the process, then you're in the right spot. Because today I'm gonna go over how to structure your strength training, how to structure your cardio, how to structure your nutrition so that you can see results just like my clients have seen in as little as 8 weeks. And again, the whole preface is gonna be we wanna lose body fat without losing muscle mass. So give me the next 10 to 15 minutes of your focus because I'm gonna go over everything that you need to know and help you create a lot of structure with your program. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're talking all about getting shredded for summer. And a lot of times this time of year, people are thinking of they got a little extra weight to lose and they want to feel good and confident. And I want to help you accomplish that goal, just like I've helped a lot of my clients accomplish, like I said, in as little as 8 weeks. We just had a weight loss challenge here at the gym. It lasted 8 weeks, and the winner lost 13 pounds of body fat in 8 weeks using a lot of the principles that we'll talk about today and a lot of the principles that we use in our coaching, both in person and online. So again, I'm going to cover it all today. But if you do have questions, let me know down in the comment section below. I'd be happy to help you out. So the first thing that I want to talk about is a concept that I get a lot of questions on. I get a lot of hesitation on, especially when I'm doing consults, both in person and online. And I want to touch on the topic of extreme caloric restriction and basic energy balance. If you're looking to lose weight, you need to be in a caloric deficit. We all have a maintenance amount of calories. That's the amount of calories that our body burns and takes to maintain our weight. Anything above that, we're typically going to gain weight. Anything below that, we're typically going to lose weight. Now, there is a lower limit to this, and you can't just keep pulling back calories. And a lot of times when I meet with people in consults or meet people in the gym for consults, they're extremely restricting their calories. And this is something that I do not advise, and I'm going to talk about this in a second, and I can go in depth. Extreme caloric restriction is not going to help you long term. It's not a realistic way to lose weight. And actually, what's going to happen if you pull your calories back too low, your body's going to be really resistant to change. I don't want to go in too deep here, but the main thing I want to say is don't think that if you eat less and move more, that's going to be the magic pill. Yes, in layman's terms, that's kind of the magic formula, but we can go a lot deeper and more specific, and you can eat a lot more than you think. Because a lot of times, if you're extremely restricting your calories, you're eating 1,500 calories, 1,600 calories, or 1,200 calories that I meet with people and they tell me they're eating. There's a lot of information and misinformation in the media that's telling us to eat less. But I'm here to tell you that you can eat more than you think. You're going to have better workouts. You're going to have better energy. You're going to have a better hormone profile. And overall, just going to see better results. And you're going to feel a lot better in the process doing it. So that's something I want to talk about first. And then obviously, like I talked about, being in a caloric deficit is one of the most important things that you can do to lose body fat and make sure that we're pulling away from body fat. If we go too deep into a caloric restriction and too far into a deficit, again, you run the risk of losing muscle mass. So the more we pull those calories back and we really dive deeper into it, you run the risk of losing muscle. So another reason to avoid extreme caloric restriction, that might lead you to the question of, well, Jordan, how many calories do I need? My carbs, my fat, my protein, what should my macros look like? Everybody's going to be very different that's watching this video. Your height, your age, your gender, your activity level, your level of fitness, all of these things are going to affect your specific caloric needs and then the percentage of your carbs, your fat, your protein. So I actually have a free resource on my website. I'll leave the link down in the comment section below. So after you're done watching the video, you can go click on that link. It'll take you to our website. We'll actually do a free macro calculation. This will be a great place for you to start. It's going to give you an idea of exactly how many carbs, fat, protein you need to eat for your goals. This might need tweaking over time. And this is something that we do and we coach with our online clients and other clients that we train here at the gym is to continue to change that so that you not only initially see progress, but that you continue to see progress. It's a free resource that you can use. It's going to be a great place to start. It's going to allow you to see exactly how many carbs, fat, protein that you need to be eating to reach your specific goals. I really want to emphasize the point of losing body fat without losing muscle mass. And I see too many people, they go into this caloric restriction phase or they go into a diet and they sacrifice so much hard-earned lean muscle tissue. And that's exactly what we want to avoid. And that's a big emphasis in what I focus on with my clients. When we're going into a diet, we're going to a caloric deficit, we want to maintain all the muscle mass we have. One, because aesthetically, it's going to look a lot better. So as you start to strip away that body fat, the muscle is going to show more. You can start to see the harder muscle that you've worked for. But two, the more muscle mass we have, the higher your basal metabolic rate is going to be, meaning that your basal metabolic rate is the amount of calories that you burn at rest. Again, very unique to everybody, but the more muscle you have, the more calories you burn at rest. Muscle is very thermogenic, takes a lot of energy to maintain muscle. So by default, if you can maintain more muscle, it's going to be easier to lose body fat. It's going to be easier to maintain that body fat loss as well. So we go through this diet, we work super hard for 4, 8, 12, 16 weeks, and then you don't want to go back to the same place you were before. So you want to focus on having a healthy metabolism, and strength training is the way to do that. So with your strength training, what I would try to do is I would try to still overload, try to keep things heavy in your workouts. It should still be a big emphasis in your program. A lot of times when people want to diet and they want to cut up and they want to tone up and lean out, they start upping their reps. But this is exactly what you should not do. You want to keep the strength training heavy. You want to do all the things that you did to build muscle, but just let the diet, the cardio, and the manipulations that you're doing there do all the work. So you still want to structure big compound movements in your workouts. You're trying to overload on things like bench press, overhead press, pull-ups, rows, and for your lower body, squats, deadlifts, leg presses, lunges, hip thrusts, those big compound movements. And you still want to have isolation type movements in there as well. You're still training hard and you want to focus on getting stronger, because as soon as we start to lighten up the weight, we start to up the reps, and then we're not eating enough calories, we're in a caloric deficit. That's a green light for your body to start getting rid of muscle mass. So still train hard. You still want to train heavy. Strength training should still be an emphasis in your program. Again, everybody's going to be so different with the amount of times that they're working out. I would say bare minimum, try to strength train 3 times a week. I have a lot of clients that they can only fit 3 workouts a week. I have a lot of clients that they want to lift 5, 6, 7 days a week. That's perfectly fine. Everybody's very different based on their goals and where they're at with their fitness. But I would say the bare minimum, you want to be strength training 3 times a week and still focusing on getting stronger from week to week. The strength progression might not come as fast as if you're in like a 250 to 500 calorie surplus where you got a lot of carbs in your diet and you're just eating enough food, but you still should focus on getting stronger because you still can build strength even if you're in a caloric deficit. Next, I want to talk about the cardio. This is a hot topic. I think that when people think of diet and losing weight, they instantly think of cutting back their calories, being super strict, and then hop on a treadmill and go and doing some cardio. And the way that I look at cardio is it's not a magic pill. It is a tool in your pocket that we can manipulate. And, as a coach, it's something that I can change and tweak and manipulate to see the progress that we want. So what I would highly advise against doing is starting off with so much cardio that you're doing cardio every day, you're restricting your calories, and you're building all this fatigue. And then once your body hits a stalling point, you have nowhere to go. So start off moderate with your cardio. I would say at least, for general health, you want to be hitting at least 3 cardio workouts a week or 150 minutes of aerobic cardio. That's something that is just a basic recommendation, so that could be things like walking, that could be actual cardio workouts at the gym. And that's more, like I said, more of the aerobic style. With cardio, there's 2 different styles. You have your low intensity and you have your high intensity. I've actually done a full video on this, which is better for maintaining muscle mass, which is better for losing body fat. But briefly, I want to go over how to structure cardio in your program. And the main thing here is you want to have both in your program. Now, most of your cardio should be more aerobic, moderate intensity cardio that's not super taxing on your nervous system. The other 1, maybe 2 days of the week, you can do some higher intensity cardio. But the main thing here is if you're doing strength training, that's going to tax your muscular system and your nervous system, and then you're adding high intensity HIIT workouts every single day, and then you're also in a caloric deficit, those 3 things are going to lead to a lot of burnouts and fatigue, and it's going to be really hard to recover. So use the high intensity sparingly. I would do 1 workout a week where it's high intensity, more interval style. You're jacking your heart rate up, getting it back down. Jack it up, get it back down. More of an interval-based workout, but this should not be every day. The other cardio workouts should be more lower intensity. So it could be something where maybe you're going for a jog or a light walk. You're walking on a treadmill on the incline. Maybe you're doing a circuit, but you're keeping your heart rate lower. Maybe you're doing some lower cycle rates rowing. Like the sky's really the limit. It's whatever you like. But the thing is, it should be a lower heart rate. And ideally, you want to stay as aerobic as you can. And this looks very different. If you use a watch to track your heart rate, it could be as simple as using your max aerobic heart rate. And that's a good place to start. So that's going to be 180 minus your age. That's going to give you a number. And that's going to be theoretically the max heart rate that you could do to work aerobically. Working aerobically is going to be a lot easier on the body. It's going to teach your body to utilize body fat. And actually during the workout, your body's going to be able to tap into fat as an energy source a little bit better. So again, the main thing with cardio is look at it as a tool. It's not this magic pill. One day a week, go high intensity cardio. The rest of the days of your cardio, I would keep it more low to moderate intensity. This is something as you stall as a coach, I'll always implement more if we need to, but we don't want to start off doing an hour of cardio every single day. We're strength training 3, 4, 5, 6 days a week, and we're spending all this time in the gym. Once we hit a stalling point, we don't have anywhere to go. So that's the main thing with cardio is you want to make sure that it's a tool in your pocket that you can always play and manipulate the variables to still progress. So at the end of the day, the main thing that matters is you're having the correct amount of calories, the carbs, the fat, the protein for your specific goals. And you're following a structured plan that still has strength training, that still is progressing cardio from week to week and month to month. And as long as you do that, you're going to see the progress that you want. So if that sounds like you and you sound like you are looking for a structured plan, I would love to help you out. I have a gym here in Nebraska, but if you're not local, I do also offer online training where we take out the guesswork of the carbs, the fat, the protein, all the calories, the meal plan of what to eat, and then also take out the guesswork of what to do in the gym. So give you the specific exercises that you need to be doing, the sets, the reps, the rest time, the tempo, take out all the guesswork so that you can see results just like clients like this have seen in as little as 8 weeks. So if you are interested in learning more about our online training program, I also have a link down in the description below. You can go click on that link, fill out the form, we can set up time to chat more and create some more structure in your workouts. So I hope this helped in a way to show you how to structure your program to get shredded for summer, feel confident, feel your best self. And again, if you have questions, I would love to help out any way that I can. Just let me know down in the comment section below. So thanks for watching the video, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.